evidence I'm going to give before this class.
The evidence I give you is this one.
Shall be the same.
Shall be the truth.
Nothing. Again?
Current Chandra. Yes, called PJ Kakad and Company Advocates.
Call?
PJ Kakad and Company Advocates.
Now, concerning the matter today in court, of the parties of this suit, is any of them familiar to you?
My client.
Your client, which is?
SC and others.
Is SCS and others.
Yeah. SC and others, partnership firm.
Was it?
Now, just in media senses, what does your client engage in?
They are in the business of renting, purchasing property.
That in 2017, what happened?
I received the instructions.
Just answer my mother's question. Don't answer. And the rest of the witness around.
How should I do?
Proceed.
2017, what happened?
I received the instructions to prepare the lease. In respect of SBSW Group.
Other than the issues of this, was there anything else that called to this particularly about this property?
It was just the lease standard.
Standard. Now, was this the only list that you prepared?
Afterward, there were further instructions.
There were further instructions. So, for the same space?
No, additional space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, additional space.
Additional space.
Yeah.
Which leases are these?
This was the leave and license side. We did it.
The subsequent leases?
Subsequent, yes.
Mm-hmm. Which date?
The leave and license is dated 13th July 2020.
And what this agreement is produced as PhD? Another one?
There are another two
Yes.
thereafter. Leave and license between 1st October 2nd March 2021.
Another one for 2nd March was identified, was marked and produced as PhD 7.
And then there was another one, no, the leave and license 14th July 2021.
The one for 14th July, was produced as PhD 8. And in your normal practice, you say, when was your farm instructed? The initial list.
The initial leaves are 23rd, 17th, 4th August.
4th August. You know, I've noted the letter of instruction was produced
Yeah.
as PhD 4. Now, in your practice, once these lease agreements were signed by the parties, how would you secure what should you do in terms of securing?
Once the document duly executed received by us, we requested the funds for stamp duty and other charges. Once we received it, that is the time we lodge it at the land office for registration.
Are you aware of any documents concerning this agreement that, other than the letter of instruction, the correspondence between you and Lumumba advocates and the lease agreement, were there any other documents that were brought to the office concerning the lease agreement?
To my knowledge,
Now, please tell the court, today Son SBS Daniel, are they still in occupation?
I think the lease expired in August.
It's expired in August. And because you're the one who had drafted the lease agreement, is there any document that that was prepared at the point of expiry of the lease?
I did send the notice. It was July. Yes, that is. I did, yes, on 11th September 2023, I did wrote to SBS Dunhill Group, Iskahita, notifying that the lease expired on 31st August and hand it over the possession.
Now I'm referring to notice vacation, dated 11 September 2023. Do you produce it as an exhibit? To bring it marked and produced as PhD. Now, I know there were other material issues that I am skipping through them a bit because they will not concern the matter today. However, later on, what was the development issue that has brought us to court concerning the property? What was it?
I think the response which I received from the tenants advocate at the time, I'm referring to in response to my notice.
In response to your notice.
Yeah. On 17th July, I received a letter from the tenant's lawyer, whom I used by mistake.
And in brief, what was the content of the letter?
He did agree that the lease is expired. And he put some proposals, whether the property is for sale or not.
Now, was the property for sale at that point?
No.
The property was not for sale. Now, other than the issue of you're free to have the seed letter dated 17th July 2023 marked as claimed by 13. Other than the issues of sale coming up in this letter, did the issue of sale of property ever come up again?
Not to my farm.
Not to your
I informed the lawyer that the property is not for sale, and the tenant should hand over the possession.
Now, let me come again with my question again. Other than now, for the letter and your response, it's not necessarily only from you, even from your client, was the issue of sale of this property, did it ever come up again?
He brought some correspondence, what you are showing me now. I was a stranger to this.
Who got the document?
No, my client showed me, yes, that somebody was producing.
Somebody had produced this document.
That's what he told me.
Identify to the court of market of education what the document is.
Is a binding board resolution.
Binding board resolution.
That is the heading of the.
just not just really going to the letter, but what are the contentious issues of that document? You're not going to mark that binding or resolution as PMA files. Oh, it's already marked. And it says PMA file 9.
This is the board resolution by SBS Daniel Group.
Dated?
June 12, 2017.
June 12, 2017. And maybe just you can highlight what was the issue that your client said was trying to tell you about.
My client was not aware of this thing.
Yes, I guess that's fully on record. He was not aware. But what was claimed in the document?
There were some negotiations or something to offer the property to them.
Who offering the property?
SE and others.
Offering the property to?
SBS Daniel Group.
And were you all, is that
This I'm a stranger, fortunately my client is a stranger.
just stranger to
Because
you?
he told me the same.
Now, if such a resolution ordinarily would have truthfully emanated between you and, between your clients and them, in the ordinary course of business, what would have been expected from this document to show that you are familiar with it?
My client also informed me and they should have signed somewhere. But, I think it's within SBS Daniel Group.
Yeah.
Only they're discussing about my client.
If it was a resolution, because you say that it's confirming a sale of
Resolution
property
within themselves.
within themselves. Because it would have been concerning the property owned by your client.
Yeah.
If ordinarily it was something to say for sale of your client, in terms of securing documents, if it was a legitimate
If it was them, it should have been in the file, isn't it? They should have informed me. They've never taken an advice regarding this one.
it should have been in your file. Now, if it had been in your file, just like the other document, what further steps would you have taken in the document?
We should have responded it that this property is not for sale, obviously.
There would have been correspondence.
Because that was the instruction in 2023, I told them.
Now, I note you say that the others had been lodged at the land registry. If indeed this was authentic, were there, would there be any other step taken to secure the document?
This is an internal document within themselves. I don't think there's any steps to be taken.
No, I'm saying if it was, because it concerned the sale of property of the client. So if indeed it was authentic, you say it should have been part of the file, there would have been
It should have been discussed within the SE and others partnership, whether this property is for sale and if they've agreed to do so. I don't think, to my knowledge, there is anything like that.
So that one is clear. We are on the same page on that one. So you see, if that was the situation, say it would have been part of your file. There would have been correspondences to that effect.
True.
And the other documents, you mentioned that you lodged them at the...
Yes, I lodged the rest of the tenancy
If
documents.
this was part of your file, would there be any further secured?
You see, I should have advised if they have received the word to my attention at that time, to report this thing to the relevant authority or to discuss with them exactly which is it true or not.
Let me put the question, the nature of this document, where can it be registered if this was a legitimate?
In the register of companies.
In the register of
It is for
companies.
themselves, yes.
And if you are when acting for your client, would you have registered if it was legitimate?
This document does not concern my client at all.
That's when we are on the same page. Would you have registered if it was?
It is not my job, it is the company secretary should have done it. You put me in that question is what you know, because I'm not getting it.
No, I'm trying to confirm that really it is a stranger to your client.
Me and stranger myself.
Yes, and to yourself. That's why
yes.
I'm just confirming if indeed you said it a normal to be registered as a company of
It should be filed with the register of companies if it was.
if it was
It was.
on behalf of the client.
Yes.
Now, the parties, are you familiar with the parties who are acting on behalf of SBS Banking? Physically?
No.
Okay. These persons who are present before
I'm saying the first time.
them for the first time. believe that's you also restricted.
The statement you made, specifically to paragraph 5. Could you please read it out for me?
We prepared the lease document with our client, the tenant advocate sent us the lease in triplicate will be executed on 23rd August 2017. The said lease document were improperly executed by the tenant and we sent it back for the proper execution on 29th August 2017.
Now, I'd like you to turn to the lease, the
Sorry?
reference lease.
The lease is dated 4th August 2017.
I'd like
No, sorry, that is the instruction. It was 2018.
The lease made on the 1st of October 2017.
The lease is dated 1st October 2017.
Yes, I'd like to turn to page 14.
Page 14.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at page 14, you will note that the cease executed this lease on the 24th of August 2017, which contradicts your statement.
This is 24th August, that was witnessed by the tenant's lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your statement says to execute it on the 29th. What is it, the 23rd? I'm referring to paragraph 5 of the statement. The second sentence, no, the second sentence, duly executed on the 23rd of August 2017.
This is the date when we must have received the lease.
And now I'm pointing you to page 14 of the list,
Yeah,
which
29th
shows
August, yes.
that it was executed on the 24th
Yeah,
of
so
August.
when we send it back, the return is back afterwards.
So do you notice the discrepancy in the dates?
It looks normal to me.
Would you say your statement is factual?
Yes. What I said is actually.
And you will also notice that the next page, page 15,
Yeah.
it was witnessed and executed on the 1st of October 2008.
Normal trick is we normally.
Yes, it's the state. It's the state of
Yeah,
the
it,
I'm just confirming
First
facts here.
October 2018.
1st of
Yeah.
October 2018. Why did it take you over 1 year to return the document?
Because the stamp duty was not paid. First of all, it was returned back, and the stamp duty was not paid until that period. If you read my paragraph 6, I will explain it.
Okay. Let's move on to your client, which is ACS and others.
Yeah.
Is it ACS and others or AC and others?
S. Ajit Kumar, Shah Chandulal Shah, Kamal, yeah, it is S. Ajit Kumar Shah and others.
So, by going by the name of the company, the others are Chandulan Shah, Pankaj Shah, and Kamal Kumar Shah. Okay. So I'll turn it back. We'll go back to the lease dated the 1st of October 2017, and I will point you to the schedule where ACS and the others executed. Can you see that?
1st October 2018.
Ajit Kumar Shah,
Yeah.
Chandulal Shah, Pankaj Shah, and Kamal Kumar Shah. Correct? They all appeared before you on the 1st of October 2018.
No, in practical,
It's good. I'm just trying to confirm.
They
This
didn't
still to
appear,
perfect.
yeah, it's true. They didn't appear personally.
They didn't appear personally. They didn't appear before you personally
No.
on that day.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll point you to the lease made on the 13th of July 2020. It should be the next one. Where it was signed on the 9th of July.
9th of July 2020.
So, with regards to practice, common practice, is a lease first prepared, then executed, or executed, then prepared?
Prepare it, forward it to the client for execution. When they bring it, that is the time we put the date in our practical practice.
Signature of Mr. Ajit Kumar Shah.
There are two partners, yes, in fact, that's it.
Please tell this court when Mr. Ajit Kumar Shah passed away.
Past it sometime on,
He passed away on the 24th of April, 2018.
maybe.
I'm telling you, it's true.
It's
It's not
maybe it's
possible.
true. I'm not sure about the date yet.
Do you know when his death certificate was issued?
I'm not having it on record yet.
So the court documents on record, you will see that he passed away on the 24th of April, 2018, with the certificate of death issued on the 26th of April, 2018, after which he was subsequently cremated on the 28th of April, 2018. So, Mr. Kakat, as my senior in this profession and in your regular practice, how is it possible that a deceased can execute an agreement? We have looked at this document, page 9. You yourself certified that Mr. Ajit Kumar and Mr. Chandulal Shah appeared before you
Okay.
on the 9th of
Okay.
July
I
2020,
understand.
2 years after he passed away.
Correct.
In your practice, in your experience,
Okay.
way long before I was born.
I understand that one.
Please clarify to this court how.
It looks to me, when this matter was brought to my attention, that it was an honest oversight at that time. Because I received the letter from SE and others confirming that this document has been signed by the parties. I treated it that it was signed in the normal way.
You treated as if it was signed in the
Yes,
law.
yes, yes.
In practice, from my limited experience, my understanding is that they're supposed to appear before you to execute the
In
document.
practical, it is not possible for any lawyers to every time, clients can appear every time.
Yes.
So it's obviously, we trust our client. When the letter came to me that it's been signed, I presume so. That
Presume.
it was signed, yes.
So, from a look at this agreement, it is the case that they in fact did not appear before you.
That's true.
They did not appear before
That
you
is true.
on the 9th of July 2020. Obviously because one of them had passed away.
Not one of them. There's the time, the date I put it as I said it, and I repeat it again. I put the dates when I received the documents.
As you said, it was a mistake. It was erroneous.
I can just say it was brought to my attention later on when this matter came up, and I agree with that one. Yes, it is an honest oversight.
If we can go by that, if we can say that it was an honest oversight, could it have been done on 2 occasions? In the first lease, appearing before you
No,
on the
lease
1st
was signed by, the
of
lease is,
October?
lease is in.
I'm getting that. In the 1st of October,
Yeah.
appearing before you.
Date is
on
as
the
I
9th of
as
July,
I said it, the date
still
which,
appearing before you.
let me explain. The date which I said it, and I repeat it again, that I insert the date when we are lodging the documents for registration or stamp duty.
You insert the date to confirm that they appeared before you, which they did.
No, that is the date when we are inserting it, when we are lodging the document.
That's fine. I'm
Yes.
referring to them
Yeah.
appearing before you.
When we receive the document, that is the time we note it. Because they appear, they don't appear anyway.
So they
first
never
instance.
appeared before you?
No.
On no occasion?
No, no, we trust our client and that's all.
Okay. So in as much as you trust your clients, you probably work with them for a long time, do you make any form of due diligence or verification of what they're trying to allege or tell you?
Normally, if we doubt anything, that we do.
If you doubt, not as a matter of due
No,
diligence or
not,
professional
not as a matter of routine.
practice.
Not matter of routine issue.
Okay. So you have alleged that during the course of the tenancy of SES Danville, they delayed in making payments.
The first lease, yes.
And is it something you verified or you just trusted your clients
I
after
wrote
they
it.
informed you?
I wrote it. In fact, if you see my paragraph 6, the payment came sometime in
So my question is, did you take any professional process to verify the fact that it was indeed a delay, or is it just the word of your client?
But I did receive the payment, that is the fact.
So I put it to you that as from Monday, August 14 to September 2018, SBS Daniel paid a total of 32,668,000 towards the rent of the premises.
The rent is payable directly, not to mine, not to me. Whatever
So-
they paid it is the wrong question to me.
So you didn't know if they paid this or not?
I cannot confirm or deny anything.
Would you know the lease amount per month? Do you know how much they were paying in terms of rent?
The rent is stated in the lease document. For the first year, it was 244,000, and there was an increment. If you see page number 2 of the lease.
So the first year was
First year it was?
Sorry, sir.
First year it was how much?
It was 244,000 per month, exclusive of VAT.
244,000 per month, exclusive of VAT.
Yes.
And as I put it to you, by September 2018, they had paid 32,668,000 towards the rent.
I don't think I have any comment on that matter.
So it would be false to say that they never paid rent.
I cannot say whether it's false or not. If they have paid it, they might have paid it, but I'm not aware.
So they might have paid it, but you're not aware.
Possible. Possible.
So you stated in your statement that SBS Dunhill made a request to purchase the suit premises.
That was, I saw it from that so-called resolution. By the way, but on the letter even from Lumumba, he did mention that.
As a result of, they made a
After-
request
yes,
to purchase,
Yes. In 2023.
to which you responded to and declined.
Decline. That was my instruction to the
That is instruction from the client. What I'm trying to point at here is, could it be that your client could have been involved in negotiations without your knowledge?
I don't think it's, if they are free to negotiate with anybody.
They're free to negotiate.
Yeah.
So it's possible that they could have been negotiating SPS that towards the
Any
purchase of
client
this
can do
property.
it, but this particular one, they have not informed me. Even till now, they are my clients, and I presume that they should have informed me.
They should have, but they may have not.
Possible.
So it's possible that they could have been involved in negotiations
I
without
don't
your
want to
knowledge.
answer that unnecessarily.
You have also mentioned that owing to the lack of knowledge as to the negotiations, and that in any event, in your examination in chief, you said that in any event this could have been registered at the registrar of companies, right?
It is a company's documentation,
Yes.
and the resolution should have been deposited there. And this resolution, which was produced before me, nothing to do with SE and others.
So the case could have been that SBS Daniel and your client were engaged in conversations to purchase the property without your knowledge.
I doubt very much, because they informed me and they have never negotiated with them.
So they may have not informed you.
They have not,
may
no,
have just omitted
they
to
should have
inform you.
informed me. Let me be very precise. They have not, this property was not for sale even in 2023 when I wrote a letter. So this property was not for sale at all.
So, as you are also unaware that your client received a total of close to 33 million shillings in terms of rental arrears, you may also have been unaware that they received an addition of 981 million shillings towards the purchase of the property.
I think I cannot answer that question, and it's not related to me.
So you don't know.
I don't know, it's not related to me at all.
That's all.
It's some perception.
Now, other than saying that, other than the confirmation that your clients would have told you it was for sale, what else is there to stamp that it was impossible for that type of property to be sold?
This property, I was doing amalgamation, And it has taken me quite a substantial time, more than 2 or 3, nearly 3 years. So even you should have not, if you want to sell it, you should have not sold it without the title.
Now the title. Now, the issue of the lease, you said it was an honest mistake of the
Witnessing this.
yes. Now, question is, to this point, there are two parties, your clients and your clients. Was there ever a complaint by either of the parties regarding the documents?
This thing came up recently when my statement was, DCI called me to record the statement. Until that time, I was not aware of that.
And number two. Corporal Njuguna? Please introduce yourself, start with the first number. 21st of October 2023. What happened?
On that day, I was informed by then the legal commander taking the side
What can you tell the court regarding the recording of statements?
I did record his statement.
Did he ever appear before you?
He appeared that he was not able to record his statement.
Was not able to record the statement. How did he introduce himself to you?
He introduced to me that he was the chairman of SBS Ghana.
And that will be also this with this conference.
That's all. Proceed.
So, Mr. Kennedy, so you first got in contact with this case when it was forwarded to you by the regional commander, Nairobi.
That is correct.
And that was on the 21st of October, 2023, when it was forwarded to you.
You asked him.
Do you remember what the allegations were?
President, that the allegations were that the SBS Ghana was occupying a building under a fraudulent visa.
So from that initial report, who was to be investigated?
The scope of investigation is both of them.
Both of them. So your role was to investigate impartially, not to decide the dispute. You're supposed to be impartial.
Impartial, not in this
That's correct.
Yes.
Right. In your statement, at the conclusion, the last paragraph I'm reading, I did not find any criminal activity. That's how it begins. And it concludes by saying, the complainant is a tenant in this matter wants to use criminal intimidation against the landlord directors. That's your statement. That's how you state it.
That's what I
So you concluded that
the director of investigations.
you concluded that the complainant was using criminal
Intimidation
against whom he was
the
complaining.
against the
Doesn't this conclusion demonstrate bias?
That was not a conclusion. It's an advice to whoever was taking up the matter. That was my take.
Okay. But it's such a preliminary stage to make such a conclusion. You've just stated now that you did not go far.
I didn't go far
investigation.
investigation.
So how early could you have made a conclusion that the complainant was using criminal intimidation?
I understand how early you are to, because even a day is enough.
A day is enough.
To see is that whatever the direction is.
In your limited investigation, did you interview any other tenants in the building?
I interviewed, but I did not record
You did.
Yes.
And in the course of your investigation as well, are you aware of a complaint that was made by the head company in America?
I had received out of letters.
You received a complaint.
Not a complaint. The complaint I received from America was that the matter was delayed.
So there was delayed action, I can put it that way.
Yes, delayed
Delayed action on your part.
on the complainant. That's why
And you considered the file and forwarded it for perusal. That's correct?
I forwarded it to Peruso and further action.
And direction.
Further action.
In further action, yes. I'm reading from your statement. I compiled the file and forwarded it for perusal, advice, and direction.
Yes.
So your forwarding and your statement and your conclusion were only up for review. They are not conclusive. They could have been reviewed subsequent to you forwarding.
My testimony was that I had not completed.
So the results
I forwarded the file for somebody else to complete.
to complete the investigation, you had it completed.
Yes. The documents were not subjected to forensic by the time I was having one.
So
So the investigation were
you are incomplete.
were far back.
So a complete investigation could have arrived at a different conclusion that you came to at the point of forwarding. The conclusion could have been different.
Yeah, but the conclusion would have been different as far as the interpretation was concerned.
Upon receipt of these documents, where you reviewed the list, were you at any point aware that deceased persons had signed these agreements?
This matter was under investigation. I had not met the deceased persons.
Were you aware that deceased persons had executed?
There were some copies of the certificates presented to me by the community police, which were to be investigated.
Which you didn't conclude?
I had not listened to that one.
That's all.
Exactly.
Your Honor, it's present before this court.
Number 375, page 5.
And another document referred to as binding board resolution.
I believe the document has been identified as KILIMANI. And let's pose as a binding board resolution. What were they demonstrating in this document?
Your Honor, in the board binding resolution, they were demonstrating that there was a meeting that had been held in the US, in Florida, on 12th of June 2017, to confirm that they intended to buy ACS SENTU PLAZA. And they stated that after that resolution in Florida, they had brought these documents to ACS and others, and that ACS and others company limited had acknowledged receipt of this binding board resolution. Which was to mean that ACS were in agreement with this document.
Now, just a quick look at the binding board resolution. You see that a resolution passed by the directors of
SBS Daniel Group, COP, CORP, and SBS Meriton Group Holdings
other than the two documents, which other documents were there any other documents that were handed over by the two people who appeared on behalf of SPS?
Okay, they handed over a volume of documents and we prepared an inventory on the same date.
Do you have the same inventory before court today?
Your Honor, I have the inventory that we prepared on that day.
It's dated?
Dated 10th of February 2024. Signed by myself, confirming that I took over these documents.
Under whose instruction?
The documents were handed over to me by an advocate by the name Mogaka Omai Wycliffe on behalf of Chris Obure.
Was Chris Obure present?
He was not present at that time. The person who was present was the advocate and Simone Birumo.
Now, you said you received the documents. On whose instructions? You from the partners there. Whose instructions? Who are you with that?
Okay, I was receiving the instructions with the instructions from my lead investigator, Chief Inspector Geoffrey Labo.
You should produce produce the inventory that day as an exhibit before the court.
That's true, Your Honor. Produce it as an exhibit.
Can I pray for it to be produced as exhibit 15? Now, this was the 10th of February 2015. Tell us on the just for clarification. There's further information at the back of this document. Let me clarify to the court what it is so that the record can be taken.
Okay, Your Honor, later on 18th of March, we handed back part of the documents that had been brought to us. That is on 2nd of February. We handed them back. Okay, the documents that had been brought on 2nd of February, we handed back part of those documents.
No, I'm asking, is it 2nd of February? The documents have been brought.
The documents had been brought on 10th of February.
It's not 2nd.
But on 18th of March 2024, we handed back to Simone Birumo a number of documents that are listed on this inventory.
Was it only Simone was present?
The handing over was also witnessed by Chris Obure.
So the part to confirm the handing over, what action did the witness Chris Obure take?
Chris Obure signed on the inventory, and so was.
Can I pray for because it is in two parts. The return back inventory can be used to produce it as an exhibit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Because they are two as B. The first one I can go as 15A. So what further action did you take having received now, having retained some documents?
Your Honor,
Let me just confirm. Among the documents before you, were they the documents part released or part failed?
This document, the binding board resolution and the lease documents were retained. Your Honor, later on, I prepared an exit memo and presented these documents to document forensic examiner on the 22nd of February and handed them to document forensic examiner 2024 years ago for forensic analysis.
Now, for the documents forwarded in the memo of 22nd February 2024, how many were they? Just the number.
I forwarded 3 question documents.
Now, because the documents of interest are twice. If the document of interest is among the documents you mentioned,
Your Honor, the document that I forwarded, one is the binding board resolution and lease agreement, Your Honor.
sorry, I interrupted you. So you forwarded 3 question documents.
Yes, Your Honor.
So among the 3 question documents, is any of them here?
They are here, Your Honor. One of the question document is binding board resolution. Okay, the document for it was marked for identification as C. It quotes C.
Explain if I may. Any other document?
The other document that I forwarded is a lease agreement dated 1st of October 2017. And another question document, original leave and license agreement dated 13th July 2020.
Editor?
13th of July 2021.
Going back to the lease agreement that you forwarded as a question document, you marked that.
The document that the binding board resolution was marked as C for identification. The original leave and license dated 13th of July was marked as B. And the lease agreement was marked as A for identification.
We wish to produce, but in total, how many were they? Just the number.
Among other documents, there were specimen signatures for Simone Birungu, specimen signature and specimen rubber stamps for Professor PLO Lumumba, specimen signatures for Pankaj Changaral Shah, Pankaj Changaral Shah. Another exhibit was the specimen signature for Kamar Kumar Changaral Shah. Another exhibit was specimen rubber stamps, impressions for ACS and others. Another exhibit was specimen signature and specimen rubber stamps for P.J. Kakad Advocate. Another exhibit was account opening documents from I&M. The next one was account opening documents from Prime Bank. Another document was copy of letter referenced SBS oblique 4580 oblique 15 volume 2. Volume 2. Referenced GLO oblique office oblique CEO oblique 3021 oblique 2020 volume 1 in bracket. And the last document was a letter referenced LL oblique PLO oblique GEN oblique 2023.
Now, that document, just to pass foundation,